it's hard to get things done, and I do struggle with overwhelm. Like if I didn't have my planner where I could actually write things out and kind of get things out of my head. 1 second, I'm just gonna update the spending tracker and then I'm finished. Are you experiencing anxiety because you've forgotten who you are and what you've been given? One basket as out of season, basically it's summer. 3 shorts, 1 swimsuit that may still fit. Pee-poo. With the t-shirts to the back. Editing this, but this has got to be up on Sunday, the Toy Story Declutter. This video will be up in a week. We'll go. So I've got his clothes ready. It's just time to do my hair quickly. At 4 years old, Max had homework of 4 words a week to spell and use school writing. So he could do it. Hunter is not there yet. If I say hold pencil grip, he can do this. Paul says it well in Philippians 1:6. And I'm sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. And even if I don't end up homeschooling, to be honest, I just think I'm gonna get too discouraged by that point. It's ticking deadline when I'm gonna have to start going back to work, and when I do that, like this thing, like YouTube and Etsy, like I just don't have enough hours in the day. Are you experiencing the fear that results from trying to know what you'll never know? So, you know, there's hope for everybody at the end of the day. What do you mean?
Whoa. Mama.
Make purple. What is it going to do? Got a hole in your paper? You're saying cheese?
Cheese. Mama.
Cheese. Are you going to do some drawing? Or is it your camera? Is it Hunter's camera? Good job.
Cheese.
Good morning friends, and welcome back to the vlog. Such a beautiful day outside today. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I have so many knots in my hair, it is unbelievable. We've done the school run, I've been shopping, had a gift card from Christmas at Asda from his granddad, so I got him some new clothes, and I am planning on minimalising his wardrobe later on today. It's 11:30 already and I'm already ticking off my to-do list. I should finish edit this decluttering vlog for the toy wardrobe that I've just done yesterday, wearing the same clothes this morning as I did yesterday because I weren't going to change till now. The school run takes about 3 hours, so I just jumped in like the same scruffs. When we got back, I just did a little bit of updating my planner. Hunter, when I finish writing this, do you want to help and get new toys from upstairs? Yeah? You want to put some in there? 1 second, I'm just going to update the spending tracker and then I'm finished. Now, where's your fingers? Can you get me the red one, please? I need the red pen. Thank you. So I need to put a 0 on here, and then I'm going to do the green one on the next row. Don't draw on people. I know you want to draw on everything right now. Prefer it if you didn't. Oh, you're trying to wipe it off. Yeah, thank you. My finances for the day. Going over the meal plans. I'm going to go through kind of February reads with you. First, I have to get Hunter down for nursery. Because of his hair and the way nap time falls, I do tend to try and put it up before he even naps. So he's a bit unruly when he wakes up. It can take up to half an hour to like sort his hair out. I don't think it will today. It'll probably just take 10 minutes. I do try to have him sleep as close to leaving for nursery as possible, and he just has a quick nap in his usual clothes and then we'll go. So I've got his clothes ready, and now it's just time to do my hair quickly. The decluttering video that I did for the toddler wardrobe will be up already. So when I started, my hair was kind of curly, and then by the end of it, it would not curly at all, and this was yesterday. Curl it again, and I don't really want to be using this much heat, but I don't know what to do with my hair. I'm just trying new things for the new year, and we'll see how it goes for the time being. But if anyone has any like curling tips, getting them to stay, maybe not use heat at all, just let me know. I'm always up for some advice, and I'll pin you a comment if anyone else is looking for it. So I want to take you along for the day. It's going to be like a work day pretty much from home. Film my mid-month check-in for my main channel. I'm vlogging obviously over here. I have my new cash dividers to list on my Etsy shop. Same with my planner that I was using earlier to do meal plan, my expense tracking, the agenda for today. That's what we're doing. We are filming, we are vlogging, we are listing things. Oh yeah, decluttering wardrobes, buying clothes for our children. It's just a productive Wednesday. Wednesdays do tend to kind of be my my most productive days. I look a bit funky right now, so I'm just going to walk around like this while I cool down and just get Hunter ready. So let's pop his clothes on. Spray your hair first. Don't spray it everywhere. You got it all over the table. This is for your hair. It's not the cleans. For your cleaning. And clean. Where's the hairbrush? We just had. Oh, it's over there. Do you get the hairbrush? I haven't started. I'm going to show them how good you are. Oopsie. Let me get your hair quickly. Please, you almost got it. Please, so I can get this in your hair. Alright, we're going to put your hair up. We've missed a piece. I'm going to show the camera before we get changed. Moon gone? Okay. Oh, you got Nini? You got everything? You got Nini? Yeah, that's not for that one, that's for that one. Ready for sleep? Oh, where did that come from? You okay? Sleepy time. Okay friends, so I have been sitting here for a little bit. I did some editing and I've just dropped Hunter at nursery. He was so excited to go, which kind of is to and from. Sometimes he really wants to go, sometimes he kind of like umming and ahhing, but once he's there he always has such a great time, which is really nice. I have a lot of work to do and Hunter goes to nursery 2 days a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays tend to kind of be like my busiest day of really trying to get as much done as possible, because then I don't have nursery obviously until like beginning of next week, so I need to get everything done. But he only goes 3 hours between dropping him off and having to go pick him up, and sunsets a bit earlier, so it's a bit iffy about filming times. To edit, I have things to list. This is the time to like declutter and do things that I can't really do with him around because he will not be still. And like you saw earlier, like I can't even like brush his hair. Even at nursery, when they kind of do send picture of him and all the other children can sit really well on a chair. Or I don't know if they sit really well a lot, but every picture they send, all the other kids do sit down on a chair, whereas Hunter is always standing, and he's like that at home too. You can't really get him to sit down. He always needs to be constantly moving, and you know, that's alright. It's hard to get things done, and I do struggle with overwhelm. Like if I didn't have my planner where I could actually write things out and kind of get things out of my head, I just don't have the time to constantly be rethinking everything as I go along. I do, like right now, I do feel a bit overwhelmed because even after trying to prepare everything, never go to plan anyway, but everything ends up taking about 50,000 times as long as I hope it would, and that is with a decent margin as well. I'm ready to sit down and do some work, but I haven't even had the chance to go through my financial to film my main video for my main channel, which is going to be my mid-month check-in with sunset setting in the next 90 minutes. I don't know if I have time to like plan and set it up and film it, but I've got to do what I've got to do. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to be chatting. And I want to show you a few things, because if you do follow me on my main channel, you would have seen that a big goal for me this year is to read a lot more, both for me and my family, and obviously Hunter. He is still classed as non-verbal because we do see like a GP or a health visitor. They refer to him as non-verbal, so that's why I do. Of course, I want to be reading more and trying to introduce more vocabulary, and he does have a speech therapy appointment in a month, 6 weeks. His books I mainly get from the charity shop, and I just wanted to show you that this week I picked up The Fear Thief by Juliet Stevenson. This was £1, a gigantic turnip, and it says it has an audiobook by Imelda Staunton, but I don't think it's in there. And then Peepoo, okay, a Peepo, I think it is. I had a quick flip through these. What we've been reading currently, Reese Learns to Pray, which is in a few different children ethnicities and boys or girls, available on Amazon. I really like that one. So this Hunter, and The Paper Dolls, which is Julia Donaldson Gruffalo, and that Paper Dolls I think is magical. These are probably probably what we're going to be introducing throughout the month of February. Next books that I kind of wanted to read were more for myself, and I did, oops, that's my planner. Honey for a Child's Heart, which is by Gladys Hunt with Mark Hunt, and it's an annotated list books for ages 0 to 12. So it's basically a book list, which I thought would be really, really good and useful with some great suggestions. And following on from that is Read Aloud Family, Making Meaningful and Lasting Connections with Your Kids, which is kind of what this whole thing is about. In here, there's also like a book list at the end. So I'm kind of excited to dive into these two. Of course, I've got Charlotte Mason's Home Education. A lot of you might know I did want to homeschool before I had Hunter. Like my next child, I do want to homeschool. And here in the UK, a bit up and down depending on where you live. If you know someone personally that homeschools, since I've had Hunter and especially in the past year or so, I do keep getting met with people who are very, oh yeah, I bet you did want to homeschool. Of course, until you had Hunter, right? He doesn't even speak yet. And I'm like, okay. But I still want to be as educated as possible, and it is still a bit of a pipe dream of mine. I am scared I would be completely brand new. I would have no idea what I'm doing. But I have also heard from people who start in that same place, the best decision they ever made, which is so nice to hear. I can't say that I'm gonna get there, but he's due to start school in the next 18 months, and he just started saying mama a few weeks ago. And when Max were the same age and started school, because Max is born end of June and Hunter end of July, they both will just be 4 by the time they start. At 4 years old, Max had homework of spellings, and spellings is where they get a certain amount of words. I think in the beginning there were 4 words a week that they had to learn to spell and use school writing, which in the UK is similar to cursive writing, where you just connect letters, so it's not really cursive writing. And he was 4 years old, and I was like, oh my goodness, he was too small for this, but he could do it. However, Hunter is not there yet. I have, however, got him, if I say hold pencil grip, he can do this, but he can't obviously properly fold his little fingers yet. But he's 2 years old. I don't expect him to be able to hold a pencil, but I wanted to try it, and he got it immediately. He puts the pen down and he gets his pencil fingers, and he kind of like does this. So, you know, there's hope for everybody at the end of the day. I want to be as prepared as possible. I want that to be an informed decision that I make when we cross that bridge. And even if I don't end up homeschooling, to be honest, I think I'm going to get too discouraged by that point. I still want to have these resources available. Like, that's just what I feel in my heart is the best thing that I can do for my child as his mother. Lastly, of course, I'm really excited about this one. So there is Parenting by Paul David Tripp, and if you kind of follow me, you know I love Paul David Tripp. This is 14 gospel principles that can radically change your family, and of course I'm just like a little baby Christian, but I am so excited because I feel like I need more of this in my life, and especially lately, like I said, I have a lot of overwhelm, a lot of anxiousness going on, still trying to find routine. Things are constantly changing when your kids are so young, don't they? And you think you've got something figured out, and then it just does a complete 180. With Max, it was a lot smoother, but I do struggle now, I'm not gonna lie. And speaking of Paul David Tripp, of course, New Morning Mercies is probably my favorite daily devotional. I want to show you from 2 days ago. I thought I'd read this quickly, and then we can pop up and do some decluttering and sort out Hunter's wardrobe, and then I'll show you kind of the clothes that I got him. And I'm not a very good read alouder. I haven't started these books yet, and this is from 2 days ago, and it really struck a chord with me to the season I am in currently, and I think that there is a chance that it might also relate to you. You don't have to be anxious about the future. A God of grace has invaded your life, and he always completes what he starts. And the devotional says it's natural, we all do it. We all wonder about what is to come. Some of us think about the future and hope our dreams will come true. Some of us dread the future and pray that we will not have to face the things that we fear. For some of us, the future seems foggy and unknowable. For all of us, it's hard to look into the future and be secure because the future is simply out of our hands. With all of our consideration, meditation, planning for what is to come, things never turn out the way we envisioned. There are always unexpected turns in the road. There are potholes and ditches we did not anticipate. There are mountains and valleys we just did not foresee. We find ourselves walking through moments of darkness when we thought we'd be living and walking in the light. It doesn't take long for us to begin to acquiesce, get back on that one, to the fact that we don't ever quite know what is around the next corner. But we don't have to live plagued by the anxiety of the unknown. This is me right now, guys. We don't have to go to sleep wondering what the next day will bring, or wake up working our way through all the what ifs we can think of. We don't have to seek some means to figure out what we'll never be able to figure out. We can have rest when we are confused. We can experience peace in the face of the unknown. We can feel an inner well-being while living in the middle of mystery. Because our peace of heart does not rest on how much we know, how much we have figured out, or how accurately we've been able to predict the future. No, our rest is in the person who holds our individual futures in his wise and gracious hands. We have peace because we know that he will complete the good things that he in grace has initiated in our lives. He is faithful, so he never leaves the work of his hands. He is gracious, so he gives us what we need, not what we deserve. He is wise, so what he does is always best. He is sovereign, so he rules all the situations and locations where we live. He is powerful, so he can do what he pleases when he pleases. Paul says it well in Philippians 1:6, and I'm sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. Are you experiencing anxiety because you've gotten who you are and what you've been given? Are you experiencing the fear that results from trying to know what you'll never know? He cares, and he will complete the job he's begun. For further study and encouragement, Romans 8:18, while 39, present suffering and future glory, is the title of that chapter, and that is a really good chapter. I actually only found that chapter recently. You know what, one of the main goals for this year is to actually start praying more and learning to pray out loud, and of course I'm nowhere near that. I'm hoping to kind of start doing that with you guys if you'd like, but I am absolutely appalling. I can pray first by myself in my little praying closet. That is something that God will help turn around for me, really. I read a section of between Romans 8:18 while 39, I think it's 22 while 26 or something, from Tori and Chad Masters on YouTube, because Tori recently mentioned that she's had seasons in her lives where she actually is stuck, and as a devout Christian don't actually even know what to pray for, because it's not my story to tell, but they've had a lot of struggles. So if you know them, you would have heard it all. Throughout this struggle, she didn't know if she wanted to pray for like a peace about it, or pray for things to move quicker through this season of life, or like what to pray for. So this verse really stuck out to her. So I went to obviously check it out and bookmark it, because it's about praying at the end of the day. When you struggle to pray, what to do. I had that bookmarked already, and then I read this and I was like, okay, for once I'm gonna like look this up on my phone, because I usually use my Bible to look the verses up, and it just came straight up on my phone because it's the exact same chapter that this relates to. And this was only like a few days prior, and in the Bible app it jumps up. Anyway, needless to say, it just really spoke to me, and this is something that can relate to me in my life currently for so many different reasons, throughout anxiety, throughout trying to improve, throughout kind of knowing where to go and finding like solid ground. And if you are struggling in these ways, do check these out. New Morning Mercies, what I just read. I didn't want to recommend the whole book. You should just be able to hear it if you are struggling. And then of course read Romans 8:18 while 39. The Bible app is free, so you can check it out there if you haven't got a Bible. We can just start decluttering now, and I can show you the clothing haul. So let's head upstairs and declutter. Okay, so I'm just going to put little things like socks, etc. straight here before I organize it. Then anything that needs to be donated. Go in this box, a maybe box, but I'm planning on obviously not having a maybe at the end. Things like this that have never been used, that are way too small. This is 3 to 4 years, so technically it should still fit, but it is getting a bit grubby. So I'm probably not donated, but I'll go through those after. Pajamas in one. Let's see how many pajamas we have. I always feel like we haven't got any, and now I've already like filled this whole thing with pajamas. And then things we are for sure keeping. These have a hole though, so we're not for sure keeping them, but things that I kind of love I'm going to put in here. 18 to 24 months. So we're like put you on a time lapse here. So I'm going to go through socks and pants first. These are all odd ones, however, I'm pretty sure I've seen them around. Pajamas. These 2.5 by 223 is too small. They're my favourite. These have ruined so many things. These have run so badly. There will be 3 sets. Pajamas, pants and socks, that's fine. These can all go for sure. This is things that we love. This is dirty. This is from the charity shop. I got this at Christmas, but it's obviously still a little bit too cold. Not today, but it has been. Favourite from Sweden. 12 to 24 months. So they can both go in that one box with 2 small things. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 basket as out of season. Basically summer. 3 shorts, 1 swimsuit that may still fit, which I can double check in a few months. He's never worn these. So I'm not sure, but they are a larger size than like these, but he wears them all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go grab the clothes I've just bought. So when I went downstairs, I took the opportunity to grab a few odds and ends, like things that had just been washed and mixed it all together. I'm gonna do 6 pairs of complete socks, and next up is pajamas. Ideally, really realistically needs 2 warm ones, like easy ones, and 2 of the other ones in case they're in the wash, depending on the like weather. Needs kind of 1 extra of the thin ones, just in case you can't find one. 2 sets of warm pajamas. The set he's currently wearing for bed. Put that on his bed. Lol, that's mine. I've been looking for that one. Frockies, collar tights. Definitely getting too small. This is why I bought new ones, because these are like his favourite ones and he wears them all the time, but they are definitely getting too small. Let's put everything back. It's kind of what we're keeping here. Our shorts, summer things, pajamas, trousers and some odd tops, t-shirts, a jumper, some warmer clothes and jackets. This pile is going and being donated. Let's put it back in the wardrobe. I'm gonna get the new ones out and see if I feel like I want to let these go. They are pretty stained. To show you what I got, I might feel more comfortable letting things go. Also, I changed the settings of the camera, but I tried to make it more like realistic. 1 pair of trousers. This set has joggers and a jumper with it, and this was £12 from Asda. So I got everything from Asda. And then I picked up 1 more jumper. I could wear this for £7, which isn't too bad. It's like a mix of a knit top and a shirt. Put the t-shirts to the back, and then 3 of these, which is pretty much similar to what he has in these ones. I wanted to find ones that were more like this, but this was the closest I could get. They don't have the buttons, which I really like. They're just like plain, but it's a similar kind of like waffle material. They're pretty durable, so I'm glad I found similar ones. So you know what, I'm gonna let these go. He's wearing a brown one at the moment, like the darker brown one of those. But it's time to graduate, and this was 3 for £10. Lastly, I got 3 pairs of these kind of leggings. He had similar ones to these from Primark ages ago, and from Asda he had the ones that I kind of got rid of that are cable knits. I wanted to find ones like these again because they are quite durable, and I feel like if you fall in these, I feel like they'll just scrape open basically. But these are really good. I couldn't find any, probably because it's not autumn, it's going into springtime. I'm placing them with these. So that's a pack of 3 for £9. I'm gonna put this in just with some extra bedding, and blankets, nappies that are way too small. Friends, so it's now just gone 4 o'clock, so I got an hour until we're gonna get Hunter, and I'm not gonna be able to film this mid-month check-in like I was hoping, and that's kind of what happens a lot. Like I have that one major thing just kind of rolling over day to day. It's okay, we're not going to work on this overwhelm, we're not going to get too anxious. What I am going to do, however, is spend this next hour putting all of these kind of back and organising. I was shooting these dividers and like the planners and things the other day, and I didn't put everything back, like they all just fell out. I think the last thing I want to do is get something listed on Etsy, so whether that is the divider or the planners, and then I just have to make orders and shoot that. But I just realised I have to edit the last cash stuffing, editing this, but this has got to be up on Sunday, the TODDLER declutter. This video will be up in a week, around the 17th probably. That's when you should be watching this. Yeah, we'll call that a job well done for today in the last 3 hours. Then I have to go back to work in a few months. I've got like my job centre meeting on Monday, but I think I only have 1 meeting left in like 3 months time, and then I'm supposed to be actively looking for work. So I will really hope hoping that obviously my side hustles would kind of add up to at least a part-time wage by then. You never know, God willing, we can pray that something will happen. But for now, that's kind of what I've got in the back of my mind continuously, like this ticking deadline when I'm gonna have to start going back to work. And when I do that, like this thing, like YouTube and Etsy, like I just don't have enough hours in the day. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's what I love to do, so we'll see. I just want to thank you for being here with me today, and I got dressed for you guys and not for the video apparently in the end, so it's all good.